Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 6 of Strategic Leadership in Higher Education. We are getting ready to spend a week talking about the importance of communication, and that we're going to look at that both from the angle of being a really strong leader who communicates well, but also talking about the importance of communication in rolling out a strategic plan or trying to get this process off the ground. And, we've been talking quite a bit about how this looks on a college campus. And I think there have been a number of times that I've made references to what's happening at Messiah. This past week, I was in a meeting and they said, here are the different components that we're going to be talking about with our prioritization process. And this model is actually built off of the Dickinson 2010 model. And I thought, oh my goodness, we are actually talking about that in our class right now. So understand that this is a best practice. What you are reading in that Dickinson text is very good, solid information, and schools actually use this. So I do want you to really make sure that you are giving that the full attention that it deserves. There are some other things that you'll be looking at this week. There's a TED Talk by Simon Sinek on how leaders inspire great action. And this will be good in terms of thinking about how leadership plays an important role in being able to communicate and to get others not to just understand what you're doing, but also to want to carry through with a plan as well. And then there's a short article by McCormack on presidents and their role. And so I want you to kind of look at all these pieces as you're preparing for the discussion and also in your strategic plans. You'll be pulling some of these resources in. And so I just want to encourage you to take special note of that because you may find some relevance as you're pulling these pieces together. So, if you have any questions that are related to the strategic plan, I know I've said this a number of times, but please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me or talk to me about that. We are going to meet for our second Zoom session coming up in early October, and I sent you all the basically who's going to be on at 8 o'clock and who will be on at 9 o'clock. If you have a problem with that time, you need to reach out to somebody from the other group and see if you can switch and then let me know. But that'll be a good opportunity for me to talk to you a little bit about what the presentation is going to look like and as you're kind of pulling some things together for the final project. So, I always encourage people if you feel overwhelmed by the entirety of the project, just try to take it in chunks. Try to work on a specific part of the project so you don't get overwhelmed by everything. And that's actually a good way to go about it because trying to sit down and do it within, a day or two is just really not realistic. And that's not how strategic plans work in day to day, how we carry them out. It's really something that happens over time. And so I really want you to be carving out time, even now, to be working on that project. Whether that's trying to think about the human resources or the financial resources or whatever it's going to take in building that. I really want to draw your attention to the rubric that's on Canvas because if you're wondering if you're missing something for the project, that's going to tell you, that's going to give you the information that you need in terms of the different parts. Those samples that are on Canvas are meant to be as sort of give you context, but they're not meant to be a roadmap or something to follow exactly. It's just to get you thinking along those lines. So keep that in mind. What really matters is the rubric that's on Canvas. These samples are meant to simply provide some context. So thank you so much for your hard work. I know this has been a very busy couple of weeks for several of you. And so I just appreciate so much the time that you have set aside to put into really doing well for this class. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. And I look forward to connecting with you all here very shortly. Have a wonderful week.